Three, two, one. Say, I never knew a love like yours until I found you. And I'd have been in trouble before, but nothing like you. And never seen a woman so pure until I found you. Hey, and I'd have been in love before, but nothing like you. Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I am your host, Eric Curry the Third, and today it's Friday. Nah, it's Monday. I lied. It's Monday and Wednesday. Come on. Y'all know I record these Monday nights. I want to get all the weekend stuff out the way. Monday nights, Friday. Monday nights, Friday. I'm not gonna lie, gang. My timeline has been very, very dry this week. This might be a short episode. This might be one of those 30-minute episodes, in and outers. I might touch on some other stuff that I wanted to talk about other weeks. I might just talk about some artist creative stuff that I've been running into, or just people who have been coming to me about. But before we even get into any of that, jumping ahead of myself, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a podcast that is on YouTube. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. The review can just say that this is the greatest podcast that you have ever heard in your life, and that will suffice. But if you're not going to do it, any of those things, just please watch this or listen to this podcast all the way through. That's literally the least you could do. That's literally the least you could do. That's like, come on, man. Listen to this joint all the way through. It's gonna be some good gems. You're gonna be dropping gems. You're gonna be dropping gems. Woo! All right, let's get into it. First things first on the docket, like I said, I didn't really see a lot happening this week. If I missed something that happened this week, or I missed something that was in the news this week, uh, hit me at on Instagram at Eric Curry the Third. You can DM me and be like, "Hey, such and such happened during this time," or DM at Arts Block Podcast and be like, "Hey, such and such happened. You missed talking about such and such happened this week." Guys, I can't find everything that happens in the news. It's impossible. I just can't do it. I'm a busy man. I have a lot to do. I can't just be out. I can't just find everything out here going on for you guys. I can't do it. But let's get into it. The Not Like Us video dropped on July 4th. I hope everybody had a very happy Independence Day. I hope everybody celebrated their 4th of July. Well, I know Drake didn't, because that Not Like Us video, boy. Hold on, just so y'all know I really watched it. I am reincarnated. I was stargazer. I moves on 90 on my babies. I woke up. Nah, that jump when that intro, like whatever intro song that is, I really hope this isn't one of those. What music video was that? Was that All Right, where he had the crazy was my niggas that waiting on me to pimp a butterfly, another classic CD? Is that the All Right video where that song played and he never released it? I hope it's not one of that. Song has to be on the album. That I am reincarnated. That joint was crazy. Like I almost hit a little. Y'all don't you listen, y'all don't want me hitting the little. I'm the last person y'all wanted to hit the little. Come on. Come on. I almost hit that jump. Nah, and it's a lot of Easter eggs in that video, like the dun 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 dun, like the little. It's like the knock that he did at the beginning of the of the of the dang. Why am I losing my train of thought? The knock that he did in the beginning of the video when he knocked on the door to like get in, and the Tommy the Clown was like, "You're late." There's a lot of symbolism in that video. All the symbolism, I haven't watched all the videos to get deep into all the symbolism behind that Not Like Us video. One thing that I did enjoy in that video, though, is that, but he was secretly doing, like, what he was secretly doing, and, like, for example, right? He mentioned what's that Chinese restaurant in Toronto that's now popular? New Ho King, I think that's what it's called. He mentioned New Ho King, right? In his in Kendrick's verse, and then Drake went to New Ho King. Kendrick went to all the spots that was like, yo, dog, like you're not coming to my like you're not coming to what's the like the little carry out that he went to. I think the name was like Tams or something. Like, you're not going over there. You're not going over there. You're not going to these spots that I'm going to. You can't bring the hood out like how I bring the hood out. Like, come on, fool. Come on, fool. He had the whole crowd. He had a crowd of people screaming "OVO." It was beautiful. It was beautiful. A lot of people was wondering if they were going to use footage of the Amazon performance in the video. I'm glad that they did not use footage of the Amazon performance in the video. The only reason that I'm glad that they did not use any footage of the Amazon performance in the video is because the video as is right now, I'm okay with there being no Amazon footage in there, because the Amazon thing was the Amazon thing. This is its own entire thing. So I'm glad we don't see that, I'm glad we didn't see that, or we don't have to see that, or we don't have to relive that again through the video and be like, oh yeah, this is the Amazon stuff. His creatively, he went a lot of places. I also seen somebody on Twitter was like, oh, he took the picture off the wall and did push-ups in the little white room, right? Remember, in Drake and push-ups, he was like, I know y'all got my picture on the wall when I cook up. Extortion baby. Your whole career been shook up. And Top told him drop and give me 50 like some push-ups. So Kendrick did the viral little burpee push-up Jones, got up like the little jail the jail push-up Jones, and then he was sitting there with the picture, not only was the picture frame off the wall, but that junk was turned around. So just saying that, like, you're not even a thought when we cook up. You're not even a thought. We don't even think about you. We think about that video, that video. And now I think this is the highest this song has been streamed. The song hasn't been streamed like since it's been out. I think it's been out for 9 weeks. Since it's been out, I don't think it cracked under. I don't think it cracked under 30 million streams a week. I don't think Not Like Us cracked under 30 million streams a week, which is crazy. I don't want to like underestimate. Like, I don't want people to just like speed past that. Like, that's not crazy. That's insane. Like, that is insane. You like your song not being under 20 million streams in 9 weeks, 10 weeks, like, and it's getting higher. Like, it's getting higher now that the video's out. Like, so Juneteenth, it went up. Then the week after that, it went back down to like 30. Now I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong with these numbers. I think it's like switched the other way. Now it's up to like 39 million this week. Just in the video has a huge part to play with that. Videos matter. Videos matter. And how much time and detail and care that you take into the video matters. Like, yes, this video was a diss track video, right? And people on Twitter was like, oh, a video for a diss track is crazy. Let's not forget how Family Matters first dropped. Family Matters didn't drop as a single. Then Drake made the video. Family Matters dropped as a video on YouTube. And it was a whole 6-minute music video that we sat there and watched. He made literally a whole music video dedicated to Kendrick. And Family Matters was nowhere near as hot as Not Like Us. Not Like Us. I'm expecting more of it. Like, the video is cool, but I'm expecting more. Everybody should be expecting more. Everybody should be expecting a Not Like Us remix. I want to hear Not Like Us. I want to hear Not Like Us with Kendrick just rapping. Kendrick just rapping, like him not even trying to dish Drake, him not even on some, him just being him and just doing him and just chilling and just rapping. But based off of what we've heard from Kendrick thus far, I'm excited wherever his new project decides to go. I'm excited about it because I feel like we're going to have a different one. I'm gonna be listening to this with different ears than I've listened to every other Kendrick project because I've been listening to every other. Feel like I've been listening to all Kendrick projects, trying to figure out the hidden meaning behind the hidden meaning behind the hidden meaning behind the meaning of the meaning. Right. This project, from what I've from what we've heard, from what I've heard, from what I've been hearing, I think this album is going to be a little more fun, a little more upbeat, a little more. It shows Kendrick's personality a little more, like what we've been seeing these past couple of years, like with him and the collabs with Baby Keem and all of that. I think that this will be that. And if this is that, if this is one of those Kendrick's like, y'all know that song, we gonna fuck up the world, excuse me, and that's your girl, I don't know, high profile, she don't know, no messy girl. If that's one of those type albums, like it's an album filled with like those fun type rappy songs, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. We can end summer. Like I just hope that I hope that he does all of this before summer ends because I want to listen to those songs outside and I don't want to wait for a whole year to pass before I can play those songs outside. Because Kendrick doesn't really have like outside songs. Like he doesn't really have songs that are like, yeah, and yeah, I'm outside. Besides, not like us. Like he don't really have no songs that's like, I'm outside, I'm outside, I'm outside. Like I want Kendrick to make I'm outside music. Like what does that sound like? Like I'm outside, Kendrick's outside, we all outside together. I want to know what that sounds like. But shout out Kendrick, shout out PG Lane, shout out TDE for pulling up. All the TDE brethren. Is that the right brethren? Brothers? All the TDE brothers pulled up, looking great, looking healthy. Um, yeah, yeah. That's the listen, man. That video was so great for so many reasons. I just didn't do my due diligence in like the research and the looking up, but I love that he included Tommy the Clown in the video. Like Tommy the Clown was a main and Tommy the Clown and the dancers were like a main piece in the video. Shout out to who was that? What's her name? I forgot, but I forgot. But she was like posting that she was like the dancer on Twitter. It was one of the dancers in there. I think it was the dancer that was in the dancer who was dancing with Mustard and Kendrick in the restaurant. Shout out to you, girl. Shout out to you. You say you was gonna be working with Kendrick this year. You worked with him 2 times this year. I seen your tweet. I just can't remember. I think Storm the Barge or something like that. Storm the Barge. I think I might be butchering your name. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. I'm forgetting. Shout out to you though, because you said it and you've done it 2 times. You said you're going to work with Kendrick this year. You got to work with Kendrick twice. You're amazing. You're talented. You're super dope. Shout out to everybody that was in the. Hey, listen, man. Brandon T. Jackson was in the Not Like Us video. Brandon, hold on. Let me look something up. Let me look something up real quick. Let's where is Brandon T. Jackson? Hold on. Brandon. Yep. T. Jackson from. Excuse me. This nigga Brandon T. Jackson from Detroit. He don't even the Brandon T. Jackson. If you don't get your if you don't get your ass out them people's video. Brandon, what is you doing, Brandon? Brandon, what is you doing, Brandon? What is you doing? Get out those good folks video. See, man, niggas don't know when it's their time. That's what I'm getting from this. Niggas do not know when it's their time. Like, bro, get out of those good folks video. Them good folks over here dancing, you pushing your way to the front to be in the video. All you doing is just hitting a nice little show. You aren't even from California. You're not from the West Coast. Brandon T. Jackson isn't even from the West Coast, bro. Nah, you realize I learn something new every day because I did not know that Brandon T. Jackson was not Brandon T. Jackson. You're the they. They not like us. You're the they, Brandon T. Jack. Move. Why were you even there? Move. Move. This nigga Brandon T. Jackson was there. What was I going with this? I'm shout out Steve Lacy for pulling up. Shout out who else pulled up? Who else pulled up? Who else did I see in the video? Shout out Roddy Rich. Shout out YG. Shout out all the people that pulled up to the Not Like Us video, man. It was a beautiful event. Speaking of 4th of July, going back to my earlier point, right? Man, y'all niggas with these fireworks, dog. Yeah, I promise y'all, I'm gonna make this quick. This isn't gonna be a long, drawn out thing. But man, we need some regulation on fireworks. I'm being so for real. I love fireworks more than the next person. I love them. I love lighting them. I love the fire. I love seeing them go in the air. I love it, right? I love the sparkle. I love the sound. How, however, when it's time to sleep and it's time to rest, and all I hear is boom, 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 like it's a T Grizzly song. I ain't trying. I ain't trying. I ain't trying to hear that, man. You know what Martin say? What Martin say in life? Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, man. Nobody trying to hear that. There needs to be regulation. So I propose firework regulation, right? Here we go. Rule number one with fireworks. One, them up. You cannot light fireworks before July. June, you cannot light fireworks in June. What are you doing? What are you celebrating? What are you celebrating? What's there to celebrate? Unless it's Juneteenth. Rule number two, just started this. All black people need to celebrate Juneteenth instead of the 4th of July, but we still get the 4th of July off. If white people can celebrate Juneteenth, we can celebrate the 4th of July. But however, black people, we need to be cooking out, lighting fireworks, all that shit that we be doing for the 4th of July. We really need to be doing that for Juneteenth because that's our freedom day. That's rule number two. Rule number three, bro, there needs to be, bro, listen, after 12 o'clock, 11:30, after 11:30, all fireworks need to be back in the house. 11:30 fireworks need to be back in the crib, bro. Y'all got 3 hours of fireworks. 8:30 to 11:30, that's 3 hours straight of fireworks. How many more fireworks do you need to see in the damn air? Me, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give y'all 3 days for fireworks. I'm gonna give y'all the third, the fourth, and the fifth. I'm gonna get you the third is y'all warm-up day to test out what y'all gonna do on the fourth to get the location right, to make sure that everything's okay in the air and you ain't messing nothing up. The third is the test day. The fourth is the big day. Don't mess up on the fourth now. Don't mess up on the fourth. And the reason I'm saying don't mess up on the fourth is because on the fifth, that's your last day. That's your last day. If your fireworks, if the fireworks ain't gone by the fifth, you better save them motherfuckers for next year. If the fireworks ain't gone by the fifth, you save them for next year. I don't want to hear not a nail pop. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear none of it after the fifth. After the fifth, I don't want to hear not Nathan about a near firework. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing about no firework. No booms, no nothing. No. I'm trying to go, y'all, I haven't been able to sleep good in since like June 22nd. Since like June 23rd. Guess I've been counting. You know why? Because that's how long they've been lighting fireworks in my neighborhood. Right down the street. I can hear them every night. Like y'all niggas ain't run out yet. How many fireworks did they give y'all? They've been lighting fireworks every night for the past 2 weeks. How many fireworks did they supply it for y'all to do? that with that there has to be a legal amount of fireworks also that for you to carry. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta be the film police, but these fireworks be getting out of hand, dog. Y'all be getting out of hand. I be getting out of hand. Y'all be messing with sleep patterns, and I can't do it. I can't do it. Uh, Next thing on the docket, then we're gonna get into some business. I'm gonna teach y'all a couple of things. Next thing on the docket, real quick. Adam 22. He interviewed the person who killed Pop Smoke. Now, this is a very touchy subject, but I will say this to any up and coming journalist, to any up and coming person who wants to do media, right? Who wants to be in the media space. This also happened today with Sketch, with a streamer by the name of Sketch. I'm not going to get into that, but prayers up for Sketch. And my heart, goes out to him and his family and full support for Sketch, because what happened to him is terrible. Um you can't be so blinded by clout and fame and what you might gain. You can't be so blinded and clouded by that, right? That kind of becomes the basis of what you do. Like clout becomes the basis of why you podcast, or clout becomes the basis of why you do media, right? Clout becomes the basis of why you stream, or clout becomes the basis of why you do music, or why you act, or whatever you want to do, right? Clout and fame and getting that can't be the basis of what you do, because once that's the base of what you do, you will do anything for clout, for fame, to get your name out there, for publicity. You'll do anything for those things, even when it comes to stooping so low to interview the murderer of a young man who was taken away from us. And I think he was like 20 or like 22 or something like that. That young, super young. And for you, Adam 22, to be so irresponsible to give him a platform, and your platform isn't a small platform, you have a big platform. So to be so irresponsible to give him a platform that's big as yours, we have to know who to trust with the job. We have to know who to trust with this job. A lot of people that are in music don't like music. A lot of people who work in music or work in entertainment don't like entertainment, don't like arts and entertainment. A lot of people who work in arts and entertainment don't like arts and entertainment. Case in point, I don't care what he says. I don't care what he has done. He doesn't like arts and entertainment. He doesn't like it. Because if he did, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have interviewed the guy, right? Journalistic, is that the word? Journalistic integrity, journalistic journalism, journalistic, is that the right word I'm looking for? You need, as a journalist, you need to have integrity, nigga. You need to know when and when not. You need to know what's cool and what's not cool. If you're a hip hop platform and one of the biggest hip hop artists at a certain time was taken away from us, why would you think that it's cool to interview that artist killer? Why would you think that's a cool thing to do? That's not cool. That's lame. Adam 22 is that's lame. That's lame. That's some loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. But Adam 22 been a loser though. Let me tell you how I know Adam 22's been a loser, right? He's been a loser before this, but he's been like a super loser in my mind, in my head. He became like a super loser when I found out that he was uh doing a reality TV show with his wife or girlfriend or wife or whatever, and they were trying to find another man to um have relations with his wife. Adam 22, the no jumper guy. Yes, him. Him and his wife got a show. I think it was like on I don't know what the show was on. And basically his wife is a adult content creator. And they were basically on the show like trying to find another dude to hook up with him and the wife. That's how but from that I knew he was weird. But this made him even weirder. Like you're weirder for doing that. Like it's corny, it's unprofessional. Yeah, it's corny and it's unprofessional. These white people be infiltrating. Listen, man, Vince Staples said something on Twitter. He was like, we need to start treating white people in hip hop how they be treating us at Trader Joe's. And I never agree with somebody more. Like, we need to start treating these white people in hip hop how like we need to start doing them in. Like Vlad, Adam, it's another white guy. Who's the other white people? The nigga that be wearing the glasses that be doing the bad album ratings, that nigga. Like, God, all these niggas. That though, yeah. Except Nardwar. Nardwar's the only one that's solid. Nardwar's the only one that can Narwhal. No, I think Narwhal turned like 57 the other day. Happy birthday, Narwhal. Shout out Narwhal. Man, Narwhal the only one holding it down. All right, so boom. I'm gonna get off that because that's not we're not even gonna get and we're not even gonna get into that. That's yeah, that's Adam 22, do better as a journalist, as a hip hop journalist, as a creative journalist, do better. That was very irresponsible of you. Or just stop. Do us all a favor. I want to talk about this TGI Friday Glorilla release, right? I love the song. I love TGI Friday. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, man. No, it ain't got me. I love it, right? That joint is that it's a vibe. Rihanna did wonders for that song. Rihanna posting that joint, that was you couldn't pay for better marketing. You couldn't pay for better marketing than that. You could not pay for better marketing than what Rihanna just gave you. Like, oh my goodness. You know how much money her and her team probably saved because of that Rihanna video? Oh, I would be thanking Rihanna. I would be sending Rihanna so much stuff right now. Oh my goodness. Rihanna asked for the album. I would listen. Here, baby. But that's actually what I want to talk about though. Glorilla released the album in April, right? However, her and her team thought it would be a smart idea. Well, I don't want to say her and her team because I don't know if she had say so in it. I'm pretty sure that she did, but I don't want to put it on her. But her team thought it would be a bright idea to her team thought it would be a bright idea to just throw the song out as a single. Here's a learning opportunity for a lot of you artists out here. You need her album dropped in April, right? Always work your album. Always work your album. Always work your album. I don't care if your album dropped, your last album dropped last year. I don't care if your album dropped a year ago, 2 years ago. If that's the last thing that you dropped, work that. Work the last thing that you drop until you can't work it no more. Because guess what? There's how many? It's like 8 billion people on Earth. 8 billion people haven't heard your record, bro. 8 billion people don't know who you are. 8 billion people haven't bought or streamed your record. So guess what? There's more work to do, buddy. there is more work to do. So I say that to say this. TGI Friday was a smash. We knew it was a smash because of the snippet, right? Wannabe is a smash. We knew it was a smash because the song came out, right? When it was on the album, we heard it. It was like, oh, this is a smash. Yeah, Glow's also on the album. That's a smash too. Why not just add TGI Friday as a deluxe on the album and roll out the album as a re-roll out the album again as a deluxe? So now those sales for TGI Friday, you'll still get the sales for the single, but those sales will also count for the album as well. You feel me? So not only are you streaming the single, but you're streaming the album too, because the single's on the album. So why not just roll out your album again? Just re-roll out your album, add TGIF, then add maybe another song that you just had in the tuck, add another one of them Jones on there, and boom, call it a day. Say, listen, this is the deluxe for my album. TGI Friday is on there. I mean, TGIF is on there. Boom. Then re-roll out that. Artists, you cannot. That's a wasted opportunity. Glorilla's team, while the song again is fire, and a lot of people are thinking, well, it's not that deep, but it is because those mistakes cost a lot when it comes to how well your album's doing, when it comes to how they push you as an artist, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to money, when it comes to touring, when it comes to a whole bunch of different things, right? Those numbers matter when it comes to attention. Right now, the attention isn't on the album that you just dropped 2 months ago. The attention is on this. All the attention is on this one single that you dropped a couple weeks ago. So guess what? The label's going to look and be like, "Hold on, we spent all this money trying to give you an album." When in reality, all we need to do is keep pushing out singles for you because you can't sell the body of work. You can just sell the singles. So we're just going to keep pushing out singles because we can recoup off the singles, right? They're not, from what I've seen her album sale do, they're not recouping off of the album. However, but again, I don't know the just just this is just me thinking, right? I don't know any idea of like the deal or like how her contract works or how much they put into the album, right? This is just my brain working right now. I don't think that they're recouping anything from the album, but her singles make are home runs almost every single time. She's going to give you a single that's going to be a far knock out the ballpark. That's home run out of there, gone. I think that, yeah, I think that this would have brought more attention to her album. I think people would have went back, listened to the album, found some more songs that they like. I feel like the album would have sold more, did better. I just think that this is a rookie mistake by her team. But again, she's really young. I think this is her first album. I think that this is like her first real project. She's really young. Her team's really young. These are like just rookie mistakes, right? But these are rookie mistakes that you can't make throughout your career. Like you have to know when to capitalize off of something. But one thing I do respect Glorilla for doing is that she didn't withhold the single. Like I love that she didn't withhold the single. I just wish that she released it differently. I'm not mad at her team for releasing the single. This leak that I don't know if it leaked. I don't know if she snippet. But this snippet or whatever is out in the public. The public loves it. They're making TikToks of it. They're singing it. Oh, we have to put this out. But don't just rush and put it out as the single. Make it make sense. Put it out as the deluxe, as the album. Then put the video out. But the video with you feel me? You know how Apple Music does the videos, but it's like the videos that were made with the album. Have that junk like that. You feel me? Like it's so much that could have went into it, and it's such little details that get like this that people just overlook like this. But that's the business side of it, right? Like that's good business. That's good business. Hey, let's not just put this out. You just released the album. Let's have the attention draw. Let's have this single draw attention back to the album, not just have this single take the spotlight from and take away everything that you just put out. You feel me? Because you just put out 12 songs. One song is going to is outshining all 12 of those songs. Fuck out of here. Now, and at least if TGIF was on the deluxe of that project, it will give people a reason to go back and listen to the project. Like, hey, like let's just see, right? Now it's not even people's like, what Glorilla released the what? Huh? Nobody want to listen to that shit. 7 p.m. Friday is 95 degrees. And I'm not saying that Glorilla's album isn't good, because I think Glorilla's album is actually is pretty good. But it's just a shame that so much like just that one song. Listen, Kendrick said one verse can fuck up the whole game. I'll be. Is there anything else I want to talk about? There is one last thing before we get out of here. I'm gonna touch on this really, really quick. Keith Lee and Taraji P. Henson at the BET Awards. All right, so boom, right at the BET Awards. I didn't speak on this because I didn't think I would have to. I didn't think that it would like get blown out of proportion the way it did. But basically, Taraji P. Henson gave Keith Lee a rose at the BET Awards. Right, she was handing out roses in the crowd, like giving people their flowers. She walked past Keith Lee, went to another guy. His name's Jordan. He's on TikTok as well. He's really popular on TikTok as well. She went to him, mistaked him for Keith Lee. Looked back, was like, "Oh, Keith Lee. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's your flower." Said, "Oh, you're so fine." Da, da, da. Mind you, she said, "You're so fine." Keith Lee's wife is sitting next to him. Right? Hold on, it gets better. Keith Lee then accepts the flower. Taraji goes on about her business. Keith Lee records a video of him dropping said flower on the floor. Boom. Right? This is the flower. Mic drop that hoe straight on the floor and was then I forgot what the caption said. I think the caption was like this flower isn't for me or something like that, right? Keith Lee, people go on a tangent. People go crazy. Oh, Keith Lee being petty. Keith Lee being wild. Keith Lee this, that, and the third. Keith Lee. Da, 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 da. Actually, this might just be a Keith Lee thing because something else happened with Keith Lee too. This might just be a Keith Lee thing. So at race, I said Keith Lee and Taraji. This is just about Keith Lee right now. So people go on a tangent. Keith Lee, da, 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 bad. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. You're being an a-hole. You're being an a-hole. Keith Lee goes, clears everything up. He's like, "Hey guys, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it to say that what is for me will come to me." He said, "I just don't think that flower was for me that night. Cause hey, like if it was for me, it wouldn't be no mess up. I would know that's for me. This just didn't feel like the right time." He didn't blame Taraji. He said BT's production switched my seat at the last minute. So he was like, "Yeah, BT's production switched my seat at the last minute." They was like, BT had me and Taraji both looking crazy up there. So no, he was like, "I love Taraji. There's no hate, no nothing towards her." Blah 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 blah. Right? Taraji then goes on social media and says, "Hey, Keith Lee, you missed your moment. I'm a professional. I've been doing this for such amount of years. I know what I'm doing. You missed your moment. God bless you, sir." Basically, in that tone too. It was like came off really mean and really like just nasty. Then at the BT Awards also, Keith Lee also, somebody came up to Keith Lee was like, "Oh, DDG," and recording him, had a camera on his face, but "Oh, DDG." If you don't know DDG is a rapper. He's a rapper. And he's like, "Oh, DDG. Keith Lee does look like DDG, but Keith Lee was not DDG, and Keith Lee does not play that. For anybody that doesn't know, Keith Lee was a UFC fighter back in his past life, before he started doing food reviews and before he 9.5 out of 10. He was his hands are registered. His his hands are registered. I wouldn't be surprised if his feet are registered too. If he hits you, he can go to jail because his hands are considered weapons. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. One, a lot of people are turning on Keith Lee because they're feeling like he's getting Hollywood and they feel like he's getting his ego is going crazy, right? He's on an ego trip right now because they was like, "Oh, Taraji didn't know your name, da da da," and Taraji didn't know who you were, da 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 da. But there's no way Taraji couldn't have known who he was or couldn't have known his name because one, she said his name, she just said it to the wrong dude. Two, she had to know who he is and what he does because she did the little you probably rate this award 10.9, which is corny because the scale is from 1 to 10, Taraji. So she was like, "Oh, you'll rate this." So she had to have known who he was for that to even happen. That's first of all. Second of all, Keith Lee doesn't give me ego trip vibes because one, he always says that I'm not famous, I'm not a celebrity, I'm just a regular human, blah 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 blah. He says that all the time. That's two. Three, y'all. I've noticed a trend when people get too successful for y'all's liking. When y'all see people get too successful, and y'all start getting upset with those people because they start getting in positions, I'll be like, y'all not even worthy to be these getting in these positions. Y'all start saying like Keith Lee not even a celebrity like that. Da, 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 da. Let's stop you right there. Keith Lee has more influence than a lot of actual influencers. Keith Lee is actually influencing shit. Like he's actually actively changing people's lives. Let me say he's actively in the community changing people's lives. He's making people's businesses go from bust to booming or booming to bust. Let's not act like the Keith Lee effect isn't real and Keith Lee don't be having lines of people around the block in hour wait times for people in different cities around the country. In different cities around the country. You in your city, in the city that you're from, can't even get 10 people to show up in the spot. Keith Lee is getting hundreds of people to show up at one spot in cities that he has no idea of. So let's not sit up in here and act like Keith Lee isn't that guy, right? Also, I want to understand what's the moment that he missed. It's the BET Awards. What moment is it that he missed? Like, what is it that Taraji was like, you missed your moment? What was the moment that he missed? What moment that he missed? What moment did he need that he missed? What was the moment? The moment of you giving him a flower? He missed that moment? Come on now. Come on now. What moment was there for him? What moment? I want to know. What moment was there for him? See, our feelings get hurt and we start talking. And I say our because I do the same thing. My feelings get hurt, I start talking. I just start saying a whole bunch of crazy. I just start saying anything when my feelings get hurt. But at the end of the day, you have to know that, man, your feelings are just hurt. Your feelings are just hurt. And that's okay for our feelings to get hurt. Everybody's feelings get hurt. But at the end of the day, he didn't miss no moment. He didn't miss no opportunity. He didn't miss nothing. Yeah. Like, come on. Lastly, before I get out of here, to the man who did that video, coming up to Keith Lee saying that he looked like DDG. One, I seen your videos. You love trolling. You love trolling, and I respect you for that. You found a niche in trolling, right? Two, Keith Lee has social anxiety. He makes that known. He has bad social anxiety. One of the first things Keith Lee actually came out with like a while back before his newest clothing line, he had hoodies that said, "Hi, my name is," and you can like get your name embroidered in the hoodie. But the hoodie was for people with social anxiety, who like had a hard time introducing themselves to other people. So he had like hoodies that was like, "Hi, my name is Keith." And that's how he will start all his videos off. He'll start all his videos off like, "Hi, my name is Keith," with his little baby wrapped around him right before he was about to cook. I've been following Keith Lee for that long. So knowing that he has social anxiety, knowing that he has registered hands, he used to be an ex MMA fighter, you still approached him like that and was like, "Oh, DDG," with the camera all in his face. And come on, man, we have to start making smarter decisions. We have to start thinking up here. Not all content is good content, my brother. Not all content is good content. Not all content is good content. However, the Art Supply Podcast has the best content in the world. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Art Supply Podcast. I have been your host, Eric Curry III. But before we get out of here, I will hit y'all with this Dead or Alive. Now, Eric, what is Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive is a segment on the podcast where me or the guest on the podcast gets to choose artists that we would like to work with that is dead or alive. Now, we can choose one artist. We can choose 100 artists. This is my podcast, so I'm going to do whatever I want. Today, I'm going to do Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac. I would want to do a movie with them. I would love to do a movie with them. I feel like that would be a hilarious movie. Yeah, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac. I feel like that would be a crazy movie. And this has been a movie. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Arsenal Podcast. I've been Eric Curry III. You can follow me on Instagram at Eric Curry III. You can follow the podcast at Arts Block Podcast. If you are listening on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a podcast. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. You can just say that this is the greatest podcast that you have ever heard in your life, and that will suffice. What else? What else? What else? Yeah. Oh, remember, I love you. God loves you. Do something that makes you happy every day, but also do something according to your purpose. Remember, our purpose in this world is to live out and create disciples of people, right? To make disciples, to go out and make disciples, right? So how are you discipling people? How are you sharing your gifts that God has blessed you with? How are you becoming one, with yourself and one with your spirit and one with the Father, right? Yeah, let me know how all those things are going for you. I'm out. I gotta go. I gotta edit these things. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do 2 pods a week because I'm giving 2 pods a week for y'all really, really soon. The end of season 7 is also coming soon, but we're going to get more into that in next episode, maybe. Nah, not next episode, episode after next, because that episode is actually going to be the season finale. All right. Peace, love, hair grease. I am out.